Yo, what's going on, y'all? My name is Adrian, and today is the 8th video of Inspirations Really Cool. In this video series, I highlight one of my favorite artists here on YouTube. We'll watch a video of them making a painting that truly inspired me, and then I'll try to make a version of my own. I'll mostly be staying true to the techniques that they use, but I'll be putting my own spin on it. Oh, and make sure you stick around for the end of this video because I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'll be showing you a side-by-side of both paintings just to show how two different artists can have such a different take on the same concept. Corey actually gave me this idea and I thought it would be pretty cool. So I'm going to try it out for this video, see how it goes, and it might be something I do every time. Let me know what you think in the comments. Because, as you know, art is subjective and we all have a unique point of view. So, the channel we'll be watching today will be Jake Strada Art. On their YouTube page they write, well, nothing, because there's nothing on their YouTube page. Well, there's stuff on there, there's videos, but there's nothing in their about section that kind of has like a description of what they are, yada yada yada. So at first I was like, well, should I even cover this page? Because I like to kind of give a nice background and give you a feel of who the artist is. And then I thought about it some more and I thought, well, for some people, I think their art speaks for itself. And if I were to describe his work in 3 words, I would say thoughtful, impactful, and meaningful. I mean, it's something about his work just kind of evokes emotion out of me. So as usual, please go check out their page, watch a video or 2, leave a like or 2, and subscribe. All right, so the reason why I chose Jake today is not only because his art is fantastic and it evokes emotion from me. Jake does a style of painting that I've seen a lot on YouTube. However, I'm not quite been brave enough. I say that a lot, but I haven't been brave enough to try this out because it's not the acrylic pouring style that we do on this channel typically. However, something about Jake's work just really drew me in. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to save one of these videos and I'm going to go back to it one day and I'm going to try it. So today is that day. And I think this painting style is called abstract acrylic painting. If you know, please correct me if I'm wrong and put it in the comments for me, but I think that's what it's called. And another reason why I chose Jake today is because, like I said before, his paintings are so emotional to me. So I have a few examples. There's this gorgeous blue piece right here that I would say gives me the feeling of resolve. I look at it and I see almost like a turmoil in the middle. Like there's some conflict going on. There's a lot of emotion. And then as it spreads out to the sides of the canvas, it just kind of calms down. It turns to these nice, clean, peaceful lines. And there's this black, white, and nude piece right here that to me just looks like chaos. It's that feeling I get whenever I wake up from a long nap and I wake up and I'm like, wait, who am I? Where am I? What day is it? What's going on? Where am I? So that's what this piece gives me. It's almost like the opposite of the other one. There's no resolve. This one's just complete chaos. And then finally, there's this brown piece right here. This one just brings me comfort. It's that feeling of peace and calmness that I get almost every night. And my brain can finally just shut up. Things just finally calm down. I feel like everything's okay. I feel like tomorrow's just going to happen whenever it happens. There's a sense of peace and just, that's what this painting does for me. And lastly, the reason why I chose Jake Strada today is because there's not a ton of content on Jake's page. I think the last video that was made was maybe about a year ago. And I feel like art like this needs to be seen. So, like I said before, go check him out. So the video we'll be watching today is called Easy Abstract Art Acrylic, Blue, Burgundy, Yellow, White. I chose this video because of the simplicity of the painting. This is very new for me, so I didn't want to get too crazy. And also, it has a nice feeling of symmetry, which I love. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know I'm all about things being symmetrical, both sides being even. It just makes me feel good, you know? And the canvas size that he's using today, I'm not sure of, but I know the shape of it is a nice rectangle. So I'm going to be using this 14 by 18 inch canvas like I've used in my last couple of videos right there. I really like this size. I think it'll be good for this. He's also using one paintbrush and a palette knife, which I have right here. This palette knife you've probably seen before. This paintbrush is brand new. Just bought this. Shout out Walmart. And as the title says, he's using blue, yellow, burgundy, and white I'll be using greens, which probably could have guessed. I'm gonna do more of a gradient. So I'm gonna start with this phthalo green right here. And then I'm gonna move on to this aqua green. I said aqua really weird. My voice kind of went out there. That'd be a fun edit later. All right, and then I'm using this emerald green. This little tiny Amsterdam bottle right here. Right, and then using a nice neon green. That's gonna be towards the center of the painting, which I think will give it a nice pop. We're gonna use this green yellow right here. One of my favorite greens, definitely. And then a lemon yellow. So this is not green, obviously, but I think it'll fade nicely from this green yellow into that. So I'm going for a cool little green gradient, obviously, but it's going to touch a little bit of the yellow side of the color spectrum and a little bit of the blue, but mostly it'll stay in the green section. So as per usual, the video will be playing on one of these four corners over here, and let's give it a go. All right, so let's get started. All right, Jake, what do we got? Okay. I think that Jake starts with his colors on the edges. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with my yellow. Yeah, he does, okay. So I use that aqua green here because I feel like those have like similar kind of undertones, I guess. They're obviously different shades, but they both have that kind of blue-green vibe that I like. All right, we're gonna go green yellow. All right, so he does his 4 white dots in these like sections over here, these little quadrants. Okay, he's about to scrape. So I'm gonna pause right there. Yes, that green yellow. Oh, I love that color. Love it so much. All right, and right here in the middle, I'm gonna want my emerald to go right here. I'm just gonna do 1 dot of that. And then 1 of my neon. All right, and, oh, I forgot to mention before, I'm not just using regular white, I'm gonna use this pearlized white right here. Got that down. Next we're gonna, oh, that went a little crazy there. It's all right. So I'm gonna grab my palette knife and let's get going. Right, I'm not gonna wipe my palette knife yet. I do want these colors to kind of work together. There we go. These colors are doing a nice little collab. That emerald and that neon. Oh, that's gorgeous already. Love that. I'm gonna come over here to this green yellow, my favorite color. So before I move on, I'm actually gonna wipe this off. Then I'm gonna go over here to this aqua right here. I don't want too much green yellow on this side. I'm okay with the emerald sneaking over, but I didn't want this part of the spectrum to get over here. I want this part of the spectrum. Shout out to Corey, there goes my list. All right, so now he's incorporating some of that white. So I'm gonna pause right there before he gets too far ahead of me. All right, I'm gonna keep going. So I'm gonna get this phthalo in. I'm gonna mix these two a little bit together. So now I'm gonna start incorporating my white like he's doing. We'll press play there. My main goal is to be careful with how I mix these, because obviously we're kind of dipping in with the same tool a few times. But like I said earlier, I don't want to get these colors over here. The middle I'm okay with mixing, but not the edges. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna go right here. I'm gonna go right here. Right. All right, Jake. So we're using our brush. Noticing he's holding it closer to the bristles right here. He's not holding it like this like I would typically do. So I'm gonna try to do it just like that. Oh, look at that. Well, let me just stop. Look at that little gradient right there. Lovely, lovely gradients. Nice. Glad I left a bit of white there, picked up some of that white. All right, so I am gonna wipe my brush just a little bit. I'm gonna get some of those colors off. So I don't have too much transfer. Already liking this. I'm noticing he's keeping all this as is. I think he's gonna let that dry like that is. So it kind of has the look of that first painting that I showed you, that blue one that I really like. Nice. So I like that he kept it sort of opaque here. And it looks like he's actually adding a little bit of white to then make it sort of fade more into a white here. So I'm gonna get some more of this pearlized white. So I'm gonna start here. Okay. That's not brightening up as much as I would like it to, so I'm probably gonna go back over this with more white. I actually think Jake is finished. So I'm gonna pause right there, and at the end, I'll show you a little side by side and tell you what I think. I might add my colors here, do a little bit of white here to lighten this up, and then bring in those colors through. So, or yeah, I'm gonna do that. Right now, my head, I think it's gonna work. Not sure, but we'll see. I'm gonna stop right there. I'm okay with that. So I'm gonna show you a nice side by side of mine, his, and we'll see. All right, so here's my painting so far. And as you can see, there's Jake's right there in that corner. Okay, so the first thing I noticed is they both have that similar vibe that I was going for. They both have a little bit of action in the middle, and then they kind of ease out closer to the edges, which is what I love. However, notice how on Jake's, he has more of the whites that he used and more of the original color inside of the middle. So there's a little bit more action in the middle. Mine got a little thin, so I lost a little bit of that moment here. Could maybe go over it, maybe add more white, but I'm just gonna leave it. I don't wanna mess it up. However, I'm okay with those differences. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I also liked how on Jake's, he didn't necessarily stick to one gradient. He let his yellow kind of intermix within all the colors. So he used the primary colors, obviously, well, primary-ish colors, but he let them kind of mix. He let them kind of go there, go here. I was a little bit more deliberate with mine. I really wanted this nice gradient here. I wanted to start dark here with the phthalo and then lead all the way up to the yellow over here. I probably would have liked a little bit more of that yellow there to kind of end, but I'm okay with this overall gradient. Another thing is the way his colors fade. They almost fade into like a white, which I love that. Mine, not quite as much, but I think with more time, I think I can get there. So I sort of cracked the code in a way. At a certain point, you can see a little bit where it starts to fade a bit. Maybe if my canvas was bigger, it would have worked out. If I used less paint. I think if I just incorporate more white and done that, gone over it a few times, that would have fixed the problem as well. But so far, I'm happy with this, and I'll show you the dry version in just a second. All right. So here's the final dried version of this painting. My first thought is, I absolutely love this. I really surprised myself with being able to do this style. This is very out of my comfort zone. I love that there's a clear gradient from the yellow to the green yellow to the emerald green to the neon to the aqua to the phthalo here. I love just the look of these brush strokes. That's awesome. Some things I would change about this is, if you notice on this side, that metallic, or no, not metallic, pearlized white that I used is very prevalent. I wish I had a little bit more of that over here. Also wish I just had more metallic white intermixed overall. I think I went a little too heavy with the colors and didn't really lean on that, like that ombre effect. But still like it, it's still okay. I would have also done a little bit different here, where you can see how the color starts at this spot and then it sort of pushes over and starts here. Same thing here, you can sort of see where it doesn't quite line up. Actually, I don't know if I'm really against that. I kind of like that. Like here it looks cool. It looks intentional almost. So, I mean, overall, this is awesome. It's way out of my comfort zone, like I said. Let me know what you think in the comments. Go check out Jake Strada. Thank you for watching, and bye.
Adrian, guess what?
Chicken butt. No, seriously. What?
Our website's live. Go to artreallycool.com.
Yeah, you're lying. Let me check. Oh, you weren't lying.